when we're talking about high floor guys you expect to have an impact over the next decade in this league. We know you always got numbers next to the name. Give us a few.
Yeah, I tried to stay in my lane, so I kind of stick with the fantasy guys that are going to, I think, have the chance to be successful for years to come. It's the 4 receivers for me at the top, not including Jameson Williams, because, again, I want to see him come back at the level that we know he's capable of. But it's the 2 guys from Ohio State, Traylon Burks and Drake London. So I think you look at these 4 guys, I think if they end up in the right spots, based on what they showed you in college, based on what the measurables look like so far, and the opportunity for them to be difference makers, and then I got to put a running back in there because, that's the lifeline of fantasy leagues. But Breece Hall, I think you just look at what he is able to do, should be able to do, a 3-down back with the physicality, with the breakaway speed. Isaiah Spiller's in that category. I think Ken Walker, if he can work as a pass catcher, could be in that category. But Breece Hall's my favorite guy, so got to put a running back on that list.
Josina, your closing thought here.
No, it's just interesting that because obviously you come from the fantasy perspective, and you're talking about a can't miss, and you're talking about guys sometimes that can be very hard to project how they'll translate, and even having the longevity at the wide receiver and the running back position. When you go can't miss, I'm just going to say Evan Neal, as far as, being a tackle, and, that's why they get paid. They got to protect the most important guy on the field, and I just think he's a surefire thing.
Same thing. I mean, look, as far as prospects go, you can't teach that sort of size and athleticism, that combination. That's going to last throughout his career. I'm going to go on the defensive side, though. We haven't really touched on that much. Derek
They
Stingley's,
play defense?
Yeah, they do. Don't you have to have a defensive team in fantasy? I think someone told me that.
On the league.
Derek Stingley and Sauce Gardner are 2 cornerbacks that really stand out to me. Gardner had a phenomenal year this year. I think his game translates very easily. Stingley, when he came in as a freshman at LSU, you were like, okay, that's already one of the best players in the country. So I think both those guys are going to have a very, very long career ahead of them, and guys that I would not want to have to throw against. I can tell you that much.
We appreciate the thoughts, the insights, as always. Jamie, Josina, Brady, fantastic stuff. Coverage will continue here from Indy as the week rolls on. We're going to keep you guys up to the minute with all the latest breaking news and numbers from Indianapolis. Stick with us on HQ for all the latest breaking news, everything you need to know right here on CBS Sports HQ.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.